All right, we're just moments away before the start of the game. Portersville Warriors taking on the Slippery Rock Panthers for the third time this season so far. The preseason tournament, the Panthers took both of those series, three-game series, and Portersville out here looking for a dub to start off the season. This is the season opener. That we don't really count the tournament when it comes to these kind of things, but yeah. We're going to see a little bit of a grudge match out there, and we'll see what happens. We're going to start with the JV first, and then we're going to follow it up with the varsity team. We won't announce starting lineups for junior varsity, but we will for the varsity. Varsity is scheduled to play at 6, but I think that might have a different time slot. I'm Gabriel Eisler here, joined with Simeon Toth. He's going to be the man behind the screen, running the scoreboard, the timer, all that jazz. So how you feeling about these two teams, Simeon? Feeling pretty good?
Yeah.
Say, who do you think will win in the JV game?
Obviously, I don't know.
Well, like, do you have any like pro tips for the people out there wanting to get better? Like, what do you think the one main goal is to winning a volleyball game?
I don't know.
Like, what's the... Alright, well, Portersville out here looking pretty good on their services. They're looking pretty confident in their play. Yeah, I don't know what else to tack on to the end of this. It's all going to come down to passings to the setter. What the first touch will do, that's the one that sets the play in motion. I don't know what else to throw in here. But yeah, so I think we're going to start off in a word of prayer, and then we're going to lead into, I think it's the anthem. I'm not sure how much we're doing for JV and how much we're going to be doing for the varsity game.
Probably 2 games each.
Well, JV is a best of 3, so whoever wins 2 out of the 3 games takes home the series. Then varsity is a best of 5. So it's the first team to 3 wins.
Oh.
So Scott Toth moseys his way over there with a steak hoagie in his hands. He's going to be the man in charge this evening behind the scoreboard.
That's my dad.
Indeed he is. So. I think we're ready to rock. here shortly.
Is he actually eating steak hoagie?
I think that's what's in that wrapper. It's got to be something of the sort.
It looks like it. I'm gonna yell at him.
All right. Well, while they're talking, we're supposed to be quiet so the people at home can hear it. All right. Here we go.
All right. Good afternoon and welcome to Slippery Rock Baptist Church Gymnasium for the contest between Gabriel Eisler Warriors and Slippery Rock School Panthers. This will be the JV match tonight. We're going to open with a word of prayer and we'll get this match started. So let's pray. Lord, we thank you for the day that you've blessed us with. Thank you for bringing each one of us out to this match tonight. Thank you for the players. Thank you for the hard work, Lord. I know they've already put in preparing to get the season underway. Father, we pray now for no injuries tonight. We pray for great play between the two teams, good sportsmanship. And Father, even with all the things that's going on in our world, we still live in the greatest country that you could ever bless us with. And we're thankful for that. Lord, I pray that this guide for our actions for the points.
I mean, you can look up at the scoreboard and go from there.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever the score is up here, like we're the home team, they're the away team.
Okay.
So yeah, that's shift makes it goes up, control makes it go down. Yeah. You don't have to be perfect. No one will call you out on it.
Okay.
Probably. Yeah, looks like we have two Heights and Riders in this match. I haven't seen a Heights and Rider on that court since 2013 whenever Lauren played for, I think it was her senior year. And it was shortened by a twisted ankle, sprained ankle. Might have been a combo of both. But yeah, both teams out there looking a little hungry for a win to start off the season on the right foot. Playing a best of 3, so the first 2 games will be to, I think it's all 3 games to 25. That's what it is, right? Just agree with me.
Who are you looking at?
I was looking at you, but not directly. I don't have last names, so we're just going to be going off the first names. And I haven't seen any of these players before, so bear with me while I learn the roster. And yeah, starting off the season on the right foot with referee Lou taking the stand. She's our main go-to whenever it comes to referees, and she's only let me down once whenever she wouldn't buy me a sub from Subway. But yeah, we got 1 minute on the clock, but that doesn't matter because that's only for a timeout. Service up is Brandy, number 22, on the Portersville side. Slaps that one up and over. It goes received by Taylor from the back line. Diving play, not able to get underneath. It was Elizabeth Heightenreiter. First point goes to Portersville. Brandy here with another service. Up, but not able to make that one over as it goes underneath the net. First service error of the series goes to the tally of Portersville, tied up 1-1. Service up and over from the back line. Gets that one inbounds. Izzy, 100% on her services, sporting the number 19 in the royal blue. Panthers up 2-1. Izzy from the back line with that service, able to get that one up and over. Touched up by Sophia, but out of bounds it falls. Panthers extending their lead to a whopping sum of 2. Service by Izzy going up and over, controlled by Sophia to the front line. Brandy there dumping that one off, kept alive by Bailey. Forward to Gracie to finish it off. Diving play, kept alive, dumped off by Brandy. Nice diving play by Izzy from the Warriors. Morgan passed back over, topped the netting, but slapped across by the Portersville Warriors. Gracie with the set, Bailey with that finalization. Goes off Izzy to the back line, kept alive by Naomi, and then finalization by Brandy. Portersville getting a little momentum from that one, but Fillmore going to send that back to the Portersville side. Bump over the shoulder by Kara, gets that one to the Panthers side. Bailey forward. No, little confusion between Gracie and Morgan, and that one will fall down to the Portersville's advantage. 2 serving 3, Panthers in the lead. Service up and over by Kara. Line violation is called. Panthers pick up point number 4 from that flaw. That stumble. I don't know what's called. Error. But yeah, Elizabeth Heightenreiter, number 9, going to serve this one up and over deep into the Portersville side, and that one will be flubbed up by Naomi from the back line. Panthers up 5-2. Elizabeth Heitzenreiter with another service. The underhanded stance, able to get that one up and over. Naomi from the back line finding his way forward. Brandy up into the air, into the middle. Shot goes up and over by Kristen, but kept alive by Taylor. Dumped off by Gracie, kept alive. Finding its way to Brandy, and then finalization by Kristen. Takes home another point, making it a total sum of 3. Panthers still up, but it's only by 2 now. Service coming up by Sophia, the captain. Service up and over. Received by the Panther Morgan. Gracie not quite tall enough to get that one over with the tip. And the differential's down to 1. 5-4. Panthers in the lead. Service up and over. Sophia the server. Deep into the Panther zone. Bailey forward. Gracie dumping that one off. Kept alive by Izzy to the back line, finding its way forward. Kara there with the finalization. Bailey with a nice diving play, keeps it going, swatted up, but Naomi not able to get enough mustard on that hit. And we have a 6-4 game now. Warriors down, but not quite out. Substitution is called. Number 4, Liz is going to come onto the court, and number 17, Sophia will take a seat on the bench. Gracie Heitzenreiter there with that service, able to get that one up and over. Getting done with that one was Izzy from Portersville. Morgan there sending that back to the Portersville side, slapped over by Brandy. Bailey gets stumped off by Naomi, and Portersville will take an error, and the Panthers will take the point. 7-4 is now the score. Now, see, your dad made the same mistake. That doesn't matter. Gracie Heitzenreiter there with that service, up and over it goes. Kept alive from the back line. Kara finding its way into the middle from Brandy, and then Kristen there finishing that one off. Taylor into the middle. Secondary by Fillmore. Finalization by Morgan. Into the back line of the Warriors side, kept alive. Brandy with a secondary finalization, able to get that one up and over. Nice attack from Kristen. We'll find some fruit in that one. Carry called on the Panthers, and the Warriors pick up point number 5. I'll try not to be too zoomed out. I'm still getting accustomed to this again. Kristen there with that service, up and over. A little confusion between the Heitzenreiter girls, and that one will fall down in Portersville's favor. 2 line judges are both Slippery Rock Panthers.
That was my fault. I did that wrong.
If you don't talk about it, nobody notices. That's what I've learned over the years. Service up and over. Kristen into the back line, kept alive by Fillmore, up into the arms of Bailey with a diving play over the net. It goes and scores. Madison Bailey with the fingers of magic brings the Panthers up to an 8-6 game. Morgan there from the back line into the deep zone of the Warriors. Liz with the first, secondary by Izzy, and then the finalization goes up and over, uncontested by Kara. Warriors have a 7-8 game on their hands with a 1-point deficit. They're down but not out. Service up, over it goes, kept alive by Fillmore. To the Warriors side it goes. Back to the Panthers, to the Warriors side. Playing a little bit of pinball in the middle. Kara, Brandy, over to the middle. Naomi with a shot, out of bounds. Taylor Hendricks, number 7 on the Panthers side, serves up the 9-7 game. Up and over, controlled by Kristen. Brandy getting that one over to Kara with a little bit too much mustard on that one. We have a 10-7 game in favor of the Panthers. Service up and over. Kept alive by Naomi. Called for the carry on Naomi. Brandy had a nice recovery, but is nullified. Panthers now at 11. Service by Taylor, up and over. Let go from the front line. Naomi not quite sure if the back row was ready for that one, but it was a little too awkward for her to go for. And it was awkward for all of us. Taylor there with that service. Low Beamer. The double touch not called, will play on. Kara there with the finalization. Bailey finding its way. Heitzenreiter there's punching that one over the top. Diving play by Liz. Kept alive. And over it goes. Naomi with a nice dig out of the gutters. Brandy getting that one up and over. Bailey able to find its way back into the Warriors zone. Slap comes up. Brandy not able to get it over, but the third touch doesn't pass go. And we got a timeout by the Portersville Warriors. 13-7. Panthers leading. So Simeon, after seeing the first, what is that, 25 services, I guess it's 20 services, I can't do math. How do you feel the game's going?
I don't know.
You gotta throw some color out there. What's your favorite lunch?
Lunch?
Yeah. Like what if you ate food right now, what would it be? Like, you feeling corn dogs? You feeling burgers?
Probably burgers.
Where would you want to go for the burger? Like, are you okay with like a McDonald's, or you want to go?
Burger King, totally.
Yeah? Is that where the superior burgers are?
Yes.
Oh, I picked up the wrong name sheet. All right, looks like both teams ready to rock and roll once again. 13-7 Panthers leading. Taylor Hendricks over that service. Gets that one up and over from the back line, finding Izzy forward to Brandy. Doesn't even need to touch that one. Elizabeth Heitzrider not quite able to get that one over the netting. And the Warriors will pick up point number 8. We have a 7-point difference in favor of the Panthers. Substitution will be called. Number 17, Sophia, coming onto the court. And taking her spot on the bench is number 4, Liz. Service up and over from the back line. Naomi, the one to do so. Taylor forward. Bailey able to dump that one off. Getting a hand on that one. Kristen finding its way into the middle. Sophia called on the carry. The Panthers will pick up point number 14. I need to focus more on my camera work. I've noticed I've been recording the ceiling more than I am the floor. Bailey there with that service up and over. Diving play, not able to get underneath it. Results in a Panthers ace. Panthers 15, Portersville at 8. Service up and over by Bailey. A lot of juice on that one. Lands out of bounds by about 3 children. 15-9 the current score. Warrior service. Number 22, Brandy, is going to pop and lock this one. Shot up and over. Hit the live by Taylor to the front line. Gracie hands that one to her sister. Elizabeth there with a nice pow wow, cupping across the net. Brandy to Naomi, finishes that to the Panthers side. Heitzrider setting her sister up with that one, and they will score. The dynamic duo gets their first tally on the board in the Panthers jersey. My muscle memory stuck to tournament mode where everything's eye level. Give me a few seconds. Fillmore's service, man up from the back line. Izzy getting out to Brandy. Finalization by Kristen to the Panthers side. It goes. Bailey getting out to the right side. Elizabeth finding Gracie with a bump over the shoulder to finish her off. Naomi, Brandy over towards that right side. Christian with the side bump, able to finish it. Bailey forward, finding Gracie. Up against the net, and Morgan not quite in a good position to play that one, but they're going to say that, who was in the net? Is that Izzy, number 20? I didn't see the number. Gracie almost finishing that one up, but not able to get that one past Border Patrol, and the Portersville Warriors are now at 10. We got a 10-17 game here in game number 1 of this best-of-3 series. Service up, and over it goes. Bailey returning it to the Warriors' side. Diving play by Izzy, getting a hand on that one. Kristen finishing that one off. Morgan traps it under her foot, but called for the carry was either Kristen or Brandy. Service
We're winning by 8.
We are. Taylor able to finish that one back off. Kristen finding his way to Izzy. Up into the netting. Kristen not able to finish her off. And we have a 19-10 game. How much are we in the lead by now, Simeon?
9.
Yep. From the back line, getting a hand on that one. Kara finding its way to Naomi. Up into the hands of Izzy to finish that one off. Hendricks diving play by Fillmore. Hits Gracie, and that'll be the end of the third touch. Panthers not able to get that one past the volleyball net. We got a 19-11 game in favor of the Panthers. Service up and over from Sophia, out of bounds. It's almost the amount of distance, but not quite the accuracy. Panthers up by 9, 20-11. Substitution called. Liz comes onto the court, and taking her seat on the bench is Sophia. Gracie with a beautiful service, and that one comes back out of bounds. That's almost as good as an ace. Service up and over by Gracie. That one will hit Christian in the face, and that one will be point number 22 for the Panthers. Gracie on a hot streak right now. Up, over, but just out of bounds. Gracie 2 out of 3 on that sequence. Not too shabby. Here's Kristen, number 9, with the service. Overhanded approach, able to finish that to the Panthers side. Goes off Elizabeth Heizenreiter and out of bounds. Panthers have a 22-13 lead here in game 1. Service up and over by Kristen. From the back line, Fillmore using her noggin for that one. A little low on it. Kristen with the service, down the middle. Finds its way short. Morgan not quite square with that one. And that one will be Portersville's 15th point of the match. Bringing this one back slowly but surely.
This is not looking good.
Service up and over by Kristen. Hits the candy cane and deemed out of bounds.
It just got a little better.
Panthers 2 points away. Morgan with a nice service. Got enough powwow behind it, but not quite able to keep that one on target. Izzy with the service. Up, but not able to make it over. Panthers looking at match point. 24-16. Taylor Hendricks there with that service into the back line, kept alive by Kristen, finding its way to Izzy, into the front line. Brandy with the over-the-shoulder bump to the back line. Morgan finding its way to Bailey, off to the left side. And it looks like Elizabeth finishing that one off. Izzy to the front line, finding Brandy, dumps that one back out to the Panthers side. Elizabeth hesitates as her sister's behind her, and that one will fall down to Portersville's point. Panthers at 24, only needing one. Portersville at 17. Speaking of 17, Sophia coming back onto the court, and going off onto the bench is number 4, Liz. Naomi with the service up and over, kept alive by Fillmore, finding its way into the hands of Bailey, dumps that one off, diving play by Krista, keeps it alive, and Brandy there finishing that one off, working up into the air, slapped across by Kara. Panthers throwing that one back, Brandy diving play, keeps that one alive, diving for that one. Sophia not able to get underneath it in time, and the Panthers take game number 1, 25-17. We'll take a 3-minute recess, and we'll come back for game number 2 when we're ready to rock and roll once again. I'm sorry, I forgot to put the timer up. We're 38 seconds out from the buzzer. 35, 34. Yeah, but it seems like a pretty solid out there. As far as the junior varsity game goes, this is pretty high scoring, very even. I think the Panthers have almost a completely different lineup just from their pool of players. And I hope the Warriors don't, because I don't have any other names outside of what I have mentioned already. And so, yeah. 5 seconds remaining, and we'll get her pop and locking. Perhaps we'll get her even polka dotting, if you will. And yeah. It's on good tradition. I believe it's the Panthers starting service. We have both a scoreboard guy sub out, as well as a line judge sub out. Keith Eisler took the spot of Scott Toth behind the scoreboard. On the far side, we have Jill Coover, an alumni from the Panthers side, and I think that's Brooke Bailey on the Panthers side. We're not switching sides due to coronavirus and COVID and all that, but yeah.
It's not Brooke.
Is that not Brooke?
That's Haley.
Haley? Are you sure?
Yes, that's Haley. I can tell.
Is it?
Yeah, Brooke's right there. She's on 5.
Oh yeah, Brooke's actually playing. All right, we got Haley Heightenreiter on the right side. All right, you know more than me. I wouldn't have picked that up. All right, yeah, I fully agree with you. Make sure you can still move the mouse. I think I might have pinched the wire. You good? All right. So we got a clean slate here for game number 2. Panthers in the lead of this, as far as the overview of the series goes, 1-0. If they win this game, they will take home the series. If the Portersville Warriors win this one, we'll go into game number 3, playing to 25, win by 2. So, referee's set. So are the players. Looks like we're ready to rock and roll. From back line, Taylor Hendricks there serving that one up and over, kept alive from Naomi, Brandy, and then finished off by Sophia. Working there, finishing that back to the Warriors side. Up and over it goes, diving play by Brooke Bailey, not quite able to get underneath it in time, and Portersville take home point 1 of game 2. Service up and over. Getting a hand on that one, Brooke Bailey finding its way into the hands of Gracie. Back to Brooke, slaps into the backfield, kept alive by Izzy, into the hands of Brandy. Sets over to Kristen, and that one will be sent over with a side bump, almost grazing the ceiling, but not quite. Gracie off to the left side, Brooke able to bump that one over, side-armed. Brandy gets that one forward, swatted over by Sophia, and a diving play by number 2 on the Panthers side, which holds the name. I've run out of stalling things. Emma. See, I know our own players' names. Haha, yeah, totally. Brandy with a error on that service will give the Panthers their first point of the match. We have a 2-1 game in favor of the Warriors. Service up and over by Catherine. Kept alive by Izzy to the front line. Brandy there backing that one over her shoulder. Gracie to dump it off. Thrown over, but caught in the net was number 9, Kristen on the Portersville side. We got a tie ball game at 2 apiece. Wait, that's Emma Dunlap. I know her. I completely didn't recognize her. I don't have an excuse for that. Service by Catherine up and over, kept alive by Izzy to Brandy. Back over to Izzy with the bump over the net to the Panthers side. Morgan forward, Gracie backs that one over her shoulder. Diving play by Izzy keeps that one alive. She wasn't over the line, but referee Lou says she was over the line. I think she had her palm flat. But I'll keep my opinions to myself. So we'll play on. Panthers 3, Warriors 2. Catherine with the service.
What's going on?
I'm not sure. I can't quite hear what they're saying. I can't see their faces, so I can't read their lips. I'm assuming there's a rotation problem. Someone served out of order. Normally whenever somebody serves out of order, they just forfeit the point, we correct it, and we move on. That's the only thing I can think of. That must have been what it was. Because if it was about the call on the under the net, they would have probably overturned it and just thrown it back to the Warriors side, but yeah. I'm assuming it was just a rotation problem. Players out of order. Catherine here, number 13 in the royal blue with the service. Underhanded approach, able to get that one up and over. Kristen with the first touch, secondary by Brandy into the hands. She's not on the roster. I cannot believe it. Don't see number 16 anywhere. And this is unfortunate. But Kara's going to come into the play, and my worries are over because 16's on the bench. So Panthers up 4-3. Kara with the service, up and over, diving play by Brooke. Not quite able to get underneath it in time. I think that was more just hesitation as Taylor Hendricks from the back line went for it as well. But who's to say? 4-4 is the current score. Serve up and over by number 7, Kara. Not able to get enough mustard behind that one. And it will fall short of the net. Panthers up 5-4. Gracie Heitzen-Ryder here with that service. The toss and the pow. From the back line, Naomi able to get that one forward. Brandy able to set that one to the left side. Izzy there with the cut attack, diving. They're going to say out of bounds, but I say otherwise. Biased ref, biased ref. Gracie there with that service, sending that one up and over from the back line. Kara getting a hand on that one. Sophia back to Brandy with the over-the-shoulder bump, finds Panthers ground. Morgan there setting up Brooke. Brooke sets that one over top the blocks. Diving play by Naomi, keeps it in bounds. Brooke sending that one back across. Hesitation, causes the ball to hit the ground before a player does. And we have a 7-4 game, Panthers leading. Service up and over, Gracie Heitzen-Ryder to do so. Izzy sending that one into the ref stand outside of the candy canes and is out of bounds. 8-4 the current score. Panthers leading by 4. For just tuning in, Panthers took the first game. I believe it was 17-25. And so they have the first win out of this first best of 3. First 2 wins series. Morgan there sending that one up and over, kept alive by Izzy on the Portersville side. Brandy sending that one over to Sophia for the over-the-shoulder bump, sent over. Out of bounds, call from Jill. And the Panthers will pick up point number 10. 9. Point number 9. Gracie Heiser with that service, able to send that one up and over, kept alive, sent to the front line. Kristen finding its way over to Izzy to finish it off from the back line. Gracie throws that one up. Morgan not able to get a touch on that one, and it will fall down short of the net. Score is 9-5. Panthers lead.
This game is crazy.
It do be like that. Sophia there into the backfield. Kept alive by Taylor to the front line. Morgan there setting that one into the air. Emma Dunlap hits it. Not able to send it over in 3 hits. But a nice, solid effort. That's stronger than I can attack. This is Emma Dunlap's first season with the Slippery Rock Panthers. So she's trying to prove her worth out there and show Adria she's the next Laura Hone. Service up and over by Sophia. Taylor not quite able to get underneath it in time. And the Panthers looking at a 9-7 scoreboard. Sorry about the glare from outside. There's not really all that much we can do. But yeah. Emma Morgan kicked alive, but Catherine not able to get underneath it. And that will be Portersville's 8th tally. 8-9, Panthers lead by 1. What felt like a mountain's now a speed bump. Service up in, not quite able to make it over. Sophia having a nice service streak there, but all good things come to an end. Substitution for the Portersville Warriors. Liz comes onto the court. Sophia takes the bench. And Brooke Bailey with the service. Sorry about the sniffles. Little carryover sickness from the tournament. Service goes into orbit and comes down without a touch on the ceiling. Brandy into the middle. Naomi sending that one up and over. Taylor clearing it to the Warriors side. Taylor once again to Morgan. Over to Taylor. Taylor just comes out with a banger of a shot. Goes out of bounds. But wow. Confidence level in that play was just unmatched. Taylor Hendricks out there just showing us all what's what. Service by Kristen with a powerful service. Just clobbers the confidence of Catherine on the Panthers side and ties this game up 10 apiece. Show us that again. I'll get a nice close-up. All right, that one wasn't quite as a beeline as the last one, but a solid service nonetheless, and it results in a point. Brooke Bailey with the first and only touch on the Panthers side. That one goes a little farther right than she had hoped for. Portersville in the lead, 11-10. Service up and over, controlled by Gracie. Back over, Kristen there with a bump to... Sorry, my mind just blanked out. Punch comes over by Naomi and claims a point when the Panthers defense was sleeping. Warriors now at 12, Panthers at 10. Service up and over by Kristen, inbounds, but just barely. And those kind of hits are always the ones that work the best. Timeout by the Slippery Rock Panthers. We got a 10-13 games. Portersville in the lead. Yeah, I don't know what to tag onto this. Do you have any comments you want to say?
This doesn't look too good.
For the Panthers?
Yes.
They're only down by 3. It's anyone's game right now. Say Portersville have to play for a game 3. If they win here, they get game 3. But if the Panthers win, we're done. We go into varsity. So the Panthers, they have a little bit of cushion. But, yeah. So we'll jump back right into the thick of things. Panthers down 10-13. Kristen, what I think is Portersville's best server, is up. Sends that laser beam up and across. Brooke Bailey not quite able to control that one. Throws that into the face of Gracie. And we have turmoil amongst the Panthers.
Now it's up by 4.
Starting to pull this one away. Service up and over by Kristen. Brooke finding its way into the middle. Goes off Morgan. Taylor not quite able to adapt in time. And now they're up by 5. Portersville service up over, out of bounds by... Since we're using the Imperial system, I'll say a volleyball length. Emma Dunlap here going to serve this one up. I think this is her first service of her career. So we'll watch this with close intent and see how nervous we can make her. The underhanded approach. Right-handed even. Says that went up and over, inbounds, and the crowd cheers. Naomi getting a hand on that one, and is unreturned. Interesting approach to defending that service. Emma Dunlap gets another try. She's a little nerve-wracked. I would be too. Can she do it again? Oh, it's going and it's over. Getting a hand on that one. Brandy, diving play out of bounds. Not quite able to keep that one in. It was number 7, Kara. And Emma's on a roll, not gonna lie. Bringing the Panthers back in this game. 3rd service in a row. Let's see what she does. Underhanded, up and over it goes. Kara getting that one into the middle. Naomi able to bump that one really close to the net. Doesn't pass go. And Emma has her... Is that her 3rd or her 4th service in a row? Is that number 3?
4th.
That's her 4th? All right. Service number 5. Let's see what happens. Up and over it goes. Received by Naomi. Finalization by Izzy. Back to the Panthers side. Catherine throws that one over. Just barely clearing the net, and Morgan called for the double touch. Emma Dunlap with a very nice series of services. Comes to an end at a streak of 4. Portersville up 16-14. Emma Dunlap there narrowing that gap. Service up and over by Izzy, getting a hand on that one. Diving play by Brooke Bailey and lands in bounds. Beautiful return, results in a 1-point differential now for the Slippery Rock Panthers. Morgan with the overhanded left-handed attack, getting a little bit closer than her last service, and it's a work in progress. Still a better service than I can do overhand. You do not want to see me out there in volleyball shorts. Lizzie goes on to the bench. Sophia comes on to play the attacking line. Number 5, Naomi with the service. Up, a little bit short, midsection of the net. And that'll bring the Panthers back within 1. Taylor Hendricks here serving this one up, sporting the number 7 on the back of her jersey. Up, over it goes. Goes off of the hand of, I believe that was number 16. And down into the backfield. We're tied up at 17 now. Hendricks there, up and over it goes. Goes off of Kristen and out of bounds off of Naomi. Everything coming up Panthers. Service up and over. Delivered by 16, finding his way to Kristen, getting that one across the back line. Finished off by Naomi. And Emma Dunlap not quite able to get squared up in time. The ball will fall. Portersville at 18, tied up with the Panthers. Line violation by Brandy, number 22 on the Portersville side for that with that service.
It's hot.
It is very hot in here. Before the game, I think it said 78 on the thermostat. Catherine service up and over. Kristen Brandy finishing it off. Bailey back to the Portersville side, slapped over by number 16. Sent over by Gracie, slapped back over by Kristen, kept alive by Morgan. Bailey there, Brooke Bailey there with that finalization. Caught in the net was number 17. Sophia. Timeout by the Portersville Warriors. We have a 20-18 game. Panthers leading. What do you think the Portersville Warriors need to do to jump back into it? Anything like score more points?
Wake up.
They need to wake up. I like that answer. So what do you think? Do you have anything to tell the Panthers to try to help them go forward in this game? And maybe if you were in that huddle, what would you tell them to get them motivated to keep the lead?
Keep doing that strategy.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that, actually. The Panthers have a pretty solid defense right now. Portersville looking for a little bit of traction. If we score 5 in a row right here, that's the end of the series. Portersville, it's do or die in the final innings of this game. Panthers have the service, so Warriors a little on the defensive side here. But we'll rock and roll once again.
5 more and we win.
Service up and over from the back line. Catherine, the one to do so. Kristen able to find its way into Brandy. Then Izzy there to bump that one over the shoulder. Morgan and Dunlap kind of look at each other like, I thought you had it. When in reality, neither of them did. We have a 1-point difference. Panthers leading by 1. As previously mentioned. Number 7, Kara, comes on to play the back line. She'll be the one serving this one up in spot of number 16. Service up. Not quite able to make that one over, and the Panthers now at 21. 21-19. Is that a Monsters? Is that what the code was in Monsters Incorporated? Was it a 21-19 or was it a 23-19? Do you remember?
21?
Yeah, we got a 21-19, you know. Gracie Heitzerman with a nice service inbounds by half a ball size. We'll bring the Panthers up to a 22-19. Service, while we're having a little conversation about that, Morgan goes off onto the bench, and Vicky, number 8, will come on to play the court. Naomi from the back line finding Brandy, gets that one front line. Izzy there shooting that one over. Sorry, I was very zoomed in. I forgot to zoom out. My bad. Porters will pick up point number 20 there on the unreturned ball. About a 22-20 game. Service up and over by Sophia, deep into the Panthers zone, kept alive by Gracie Ford. Vicky finishing that one off. Naomi there with the return. Slapped over, but not quite able to get that one over the net. Was the hit from Kristen. Panthers 23 now. 2 points away from closing out the series. Substitution is called. Looks like Sophia will be taking a seat on the bench, and in her place on the back line will be Liz, number 4. Brooke Bailey here with the underhanded service. Goes into orbit and out of bounds. Portersville now at 21. 2 points down, but not out. Substituting back in to play the front line is number 16, and taking a seat on the bench is number 7, Kara. Number 9, Kristen here with the service. Service up and over it goes. Goes off of Bailey and out of bounds. We have a 1 point difference now in game number 2. Service up and over into the back line. Kept alive by Catherine with a beautiful receiving touch. Vicky not quite ready for the dump back, but indeed is caught in the net is Naomi. Panthers looking at match point 24-22, the current score. And Panthers having a little bit of an exhale of relief there. And Emma Dunlap, of all the people, to serve this one up. Hottest service streak of the series. Let's see what she does. Up and over it goes. Naomi with the receiving touch, dumped off by Brandy. Will claim the point as she finds a gap in the Panthers defense. Panthers at match point, but Portersville Warriors 1 point behind. Service by Izzy, up, over it goes. Diving play by Bailey, not able to keep that one in bounds. We got a tie ball game, ladies and gentlemen. 24 apiece, Panthers tied with the Warriors. Win by 2 is in effect. First team to have that 2 point lead takes home the game 2. Vicky was starting your shoot. Izzy there with that service up and over, kept alive by Taylor. Getting a hand on that one. Bailey not able to keep that one alive. And Warriors are in favor now. 24-25. Portersville playing for that game 3 right now. Service by Izzy up and over. Diving play by Gracie. Keeps that one alive. Sending it back to the Warriors side. Brady there with the double off. And scores! Brady there claiming point number 26. Oh, they're going to call Brandy in the net. We have a tie ball game at 25 apiece. That's a rough pill to swallow. Here's Vicky with the service. Number 8 on the back of the royal blue jersey, serving this one up. Service up and over. Getting a hand on that one. Naomi getting that one to Brandy, dumping that one off. Out of bounds. A little bit too much fire in that capsule. And the Panthers now in favor. 26-25. Panthers match point. Service up and over. Shallow side. Naomi getting a hit on that one. Izzy back into the middle. Dumped off by Brandy. Getting that one up and over. Catherine leaves it for the back line, which was Brooke. But Brooke hesitates. And we got a tie ball game once again. Naomi here, number 5 on the Portersville side. We got a substitution. Sophia coming on to play the front line in place of Liz, number 4. Serving this one up, number 5, Naomi. They'll let that one go. Didn't quite like that one. So we'll get, you have unlimited tries pretty much. Service up and over. Dunlap with the return. Scores! Emma Dunlap puts her team 1 point away from victory. Timeout is called by Slippery Rock. We have a 27-26 game. How do you feel about this, Simeon? Did you want us to pull it out? But this is entertaining, right?
I don't know. If I say they're gonna win, the Warriors are gonna win.
It's a little conversation between the teams. I've never, in football, like you make yo mama jokes across the line. You never see any amount of conversation between the two teams, but they're waving at each other. Where's the grudge match? Where's the blood? Where's the ha ha yo mama's so fat? I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, they're like, hi.
Is that it? Are we just calling that game? I'm so confused. I think that's it. I think they're just calling it at 27. So varsity has some practice time. I don't... See, we are 13 minutes away from the first service. But come on! Such a good matchup. I'm a little upset, not gonna lie. But we'll take a little bit of a recess. I'll throw a timer up for you guys. And yeah, Panthers take game 2, 27-26. Well, all right. Well, that's going to conclude the junior varsity game. I'm Gabriel Eisler up here with Simeon Toth. You have anything you want to say to the people at home before we go to the intermission? Not really?
Cheer for the Panthers.
All right, well, thank you for accompanying me. You made my job a lot easier, Simeon. And yeah, we'll go to intermission and we'll see you in like 20 minutes or so. I'm not sure. Yep, same as last year. Shift makes it goes up. Same as last year, it's just in the top left. All right, well, Scott Tott's going to announce the lineups. That takes a little bit of weight off my back.
Okay.
And yeah.
I remember it now.
So, I'm Gabriel Eisler here, joined with Elijah Toth, the man behind the computer.
Yeah, this'll go great.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get ready for the varsity match this evening. First of all, though, we're going to play our national anthem, so if you join me in standing, our flag right up here to my left. We're going to announce the starters tonight. They're just going to kind of wave at you. Punching the ref or shaking the other coach's hand. I'm just kidding about that.
They're so spread out. So many of them.
Starting for the visiting Warriors tonight, number 8, Katie Hurst. Number 3, Alyssa Patterson. Number 13, Sayla Charles. And the seniors tonight for the Warriors, number 14, Tiffany Connor. Number 11, Melena Fulmer. Number 10, Noelle Ledford. And number 2, Madison Arblaster. Starting for the home team Panthers tonight, number 22, Katrina Eisler. Number 1, Juliana Tall. Number 11, Monica Depew. Number 12, Cassandra Eisler. And senior starting tonight, the libero, number 15, Cammie Coleman. Number 3, also a senior, Elisa Armour. Captain of the Panthers, number 10, a senior, Martha Depew.
All right, so a little bit of backstory between these two teams. They met twice in the tournament, of the preseason tournament up in the Slippery Rock Baptist camp. Both times the Warriors were swept by the Slippery Rock Panthers, I think.
No, in day 2, Portersville won the first game, and then we won 2 in a row.
This is why I need someone to do color to fact check me. I don't remember this. I just record the games. But all right. So one of them wasn't a sweep, I'll admit. But in day 2, there was an event that happened out there that made the entire building erupt, as was the only game going on, and that was Katrina Eisler absolutely shut down Noelle, and that is a foot height difference. And this net's a little bit taller, so it might not happen tonight. It's more a regulation size. It doesn't sag in the middle. But we don't know. It might happen. It might not. Either way, we're here to capture every second of it. We're going to have a fun time tonight. See if this rivalry grows in size. What might transpire here tonight. So going into this, knowing the momentum, how do you think the series will go?
Tonight?
Yeah.
I'm calling sweep.
Sweep on our part or their part?
Yes. Ours.
All right. So Elijah thinks it's going to go 3-0 in the series. I think it's going to go to Game 5, honestly. I think the Panthers will end up winning Game 1, and it's just going to go back and forth. That's my prediction. And just watch us both be wrong at the end of the night.
We will. Most definitely.
It's the caster's curse, you know? Something that's proven effective over the years. But we're going to start this one off. Juliana Toth to the service, sending this one up and over into the backfield. Noel not quite able to tame that one in. It leaves the building to start us off 1-0. Panthers lead. Our two line judges, Jill Couvert on the left, and on the Panthers side, near side, it is Haley Heitzenreiter. Referee Lou, as usual, the best of the best. Service by Juliana goes up and over, controlled by Sayla, finding its way to Madison, getting that one left side. Alyssa hesitating, Katie there taking control. Inbounds is the call from Jill Couvert, but out of bounds is the call.
Bogus.
Out of bounds was the call from Lou.
I was going to say, how bad can you be at line judging?
We go to line judge. All right, 1-1. This is a best-of-5 series, in case you haven't noticed from my prediction. But, yeah, all right, Monica with a nice tip. Catches Alyssa in the netting, and the Panthers go up 2-1. You don't have to get that close to your microphone, but it does sound really nice, I'm not going to lie.
What? When I get like this?
Yeah, it's very loud, but I kind of like it. It makes it very crisp what you're saying. Tiffany with a nice bump to the middle. Cross the crease to Sayla to finish that one off. Toth able to find Armour. Then to Martha Depew with a nice pick into the pocket. Picks that one, making it a tally of 3.
The only reason I was getting close is because I can't hear myself.
I mean, that's fair. I can fix that if you want. It's a little delayed, though. Sandra Eisler puts a lot of mustard on that one. Empties the bottle almost entirely on that service. We have
It's all good.
We have a 1-point differential. 3-2.
As long as you and everybody else can hear me.
It's all good. Katie just...
I don't need to hear myself.
I don't know what just happened there, but it went between the wickets of Katrina. I've never seen a more precise service in my life.
That was meant. Oh.
I mean, I don't. One out of 2 that's a passing grade, right?
Well, I think when you have a really good one and then a meh to bad, I'd pass her.
From the back line, 11 finding its way to Madison, popping that one up. Noel with the boomer, but hits the netting. The Panthers go up 5-3. Malena. Oh, like from Emperor's New Groove. All right, I got this. I know 11 now. Service up and over by Armour, received by Tiffany, finding its way to Madison. Then Noel there to tip that one past the block. Coleman picking that one up to Katrina, dumps it off, and gets that one over. Noel called for being underneath the line, and we have a 6-3 game on our hands. Hands. Service by Armour into the back line, kept alive by Malena, able to get that one right side. Alyssa hesitates as the setter approaches, and that's just enough to let the ball hit the floor. Timeout by the Portersville Warriors, first of the game. You got any footnotes for me, Elijah?
Well, I think we're playing decently well, and they're not playing terrible, but there's a lot of sloppy play up near the net.
Yeah, that's true. It seems like the ball just kind of gets muffled when it hits the net.
Yeah.
Which you can't really do all that much about that. Just get your passes down. And, yeah, support one another. All that good jazz. This feels like a Hallmark movie. It's not about winning or losing. It's about the friendship along the way.
Yeah. Sure.
But it's really not. Both teams out here looking for a dubski to start off the season.
This just isn't guys' sports.
It really isn't. Yes, on day 2, a lot of people don't know this, but Katrina's words to Noelle before she absolutely shut her down was, "You look so pretty." That wasn't sarcastic. That was like a legit compliment. And I don't understand that. In guys' sports,
Me neither.
like, it's completely different. Completely different culture.
Yeah, it's like, dude, my 2-year-old brother's bigger than you.
Exactly. I've eaten food that weighs more than you. Like, it's the yo mama jokes. It's the degrading them until they collapse.
Yep.
But girls might just have like this reverse psychology out there on the court, and I just don't know about it.
Possibly. I don't know, it seems to work sometimes.
I don't understand girl sports. I just commentate on them.
Me neither. Although, girls basketball is brutal.
I fully agree with that. Now the WNBA, maybe not so much, but as far as our sports go, I think the girls basketball team is better than our guys team in way of like just mentality and physicality.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
They just play tougher. All right, Noelle's making her stance. She's not going to let Katrina walk over her like she did in the tournament. That wasn't about the point. It was about the statement that was made.
Yes.
Alyssa with a service up over, out of bounds. Panthers now at 10. 5-point difference. Portersville hanging in there, all right. I expected a little bit more of a point differential right now, like a 3 to 13 kind of thing. They're hanging in there. Noelle there sending that one up and over. Armor forward, Katrina dumping it up. Noelle denies! Oh my goodness! I don't know. It's a rivalry, not between teams, but between players.
Oh yeah, she took Saturday personal.
Oh yeah, I would too.
Yeah, she is out for revenge.
Martha receiving that one. Katrina off to the left side. Julie on the top there. Tipping that one past. Diving play by Tiffany. Not able to keep that one alive. Double touch on Noelle. Panthers up 11-6. Gotta make sure to keep both hands on the camera so I don't do this. That 45-degree angle is not appetizing. Service up and over by Martha, kept alive by Tiffany to the front line. Madison there dumping that one off from the back line. Martha finds its way forward to Katrina, then to Cassandra on the right side. Blasts that one in the next week. Inbounds!
Ooh. That was bloodthirsty.
Wasn't the hardest service, but she didn't want to powwow that across the netting.
That was the kill shot. That was right where it needed to be.
Yeah.
You didn't need the power, just put it in the right spot.
Exactly. If you're blasting that across full speed, you're not going to be able to aim it as well. Meanwhile, if you just give it enough mustard to taste nice, you can place it pretty well.
Yes.
Noelle's service up and over from off of Monica, out of bounds. We got an 8-12 game.
Lefties are annoying.
Lefties are interesting. I don't ever know what to do with them.
I just hate it because their ball spins the opposite way no matter what they do. So it's impossible to hit or return or catch a football or anything.
Yeah. It's just enough to mess you up.
Yep. You get so used to everybody being right-handed, and then you get this lefty and you just can't do anything. Oh, that was mint condition.
What a crispy spot. Was that Martha? No, she's on the bench. Who was that, Katrina?
Was Cassandra. That was Cassandra? I'm pretty sure.
There's a beautiful, like, squarely in bounds touch. Service too much for Sayla from Katrina. Katrina pops it up 14-8. Madison able to get that into the middle. Noelle there with the side bump over top the netting. Coleman able to find Armor off to the right side. Cassandra there with a banger. Hits the net. Cassandra's got the crowd on their toes. They paid for the whole seat, but only get the edge. Then again, we don't cost admission. It's free admission. Whoever wants to come out and hang out, do so. Nice dump by Armour, kept alive by Tiffany. Armour not able to throw that over top the net. Will be called for the double touch. Panthers up by 4. They're closing the gap. Madison service up and over, kept alive by Juliana, finding Armour. Back over to Juliana, tips that one past the block. Katie keeps it alive. Tiffany tips it over. Armour with the receiving touch. Cassandra there to finish that one off. Katie, Madison back to Katie. Slaps that one over with a windmill. Not called for the carry. Coleman, Armour back to Coleman. Slaps that one across. Scores.
That was meant.
It's got me thinking of KFC because that was a finger looking good. I'll tell you that. Juliana top of the service up and over. Goes off Sayla and down to the ground. Noel might have a little bit of a personal grudge against Sayla after that one. It might be the spark. Service up and over. Sayla finding its way to Madison, touching that one into the middle. Katie with a blast from the past. Coming forward, Armour able to get that left side. Awkward position. Monica able to receive that one and throw it over. Tiffany with her right hand sends it across. Diving play by Juliana from the back line. That's in there, getting that up into the air. Awkward position, keeps that one in. You're gonna say she went past the line. Nonetheless, that was a nice touch by Tiffany. I don't care what you have to say about that.
Very.
Impossible angle. That's like scoring from behind the net in hockey. It's a hard thing to do.
Unless you have a stupid goaltender.
That is true. Tiffany up into the air. Back bump over by Madison. Hits the net, but clears it, giving them an 11-point tally. I hope my voice doesn't crack the whole game, 'cause that's just sad. Tiffany service kept alive by Katrina, finding its way to Armour. Dumps that one off of Madison and out of bounds. Panthers at 18. Martha coming in to play the front line in place of Cassandra with that substitution, and Coleman, the libero, up to bat. You can just tell from the things that happened beforehand, it just wasn't going to fly.
It was a lame duck.
Just wasn't feeling it. It is so hot in here. Yeah. Elena called for a line violation. That's a tough one to swallow. Service by Armour into the deep zone, kept alive by Tiffany. Diving play by Alyssa, over but out of bounds. Panthers break point number 20. Warriors, I don't know what's happening. They started off great. They're just losing momentum. I don't know what it is. Tiffany, Madison from the back line. Noel there's tips that went over with the left-handed attack. Coleman too hot to handle. Warriors are back in it. I figured I can't kick my leg out and get excited while recording. It shakes a little too much.
Yeah.
Madison up into the air. Katrina not able to get underneath it. Tries to slap it over. Like you snap into a Slim Jim. Not able to do it. Not quite the height. Service up and over by Alyssa from the back line. Armour finding its way to Katrina, setting that one up right side. Monica comes over with a slapper into the backfield. Kept alive by Alyssa. Tiffany with the secondary. Madison there, not able to clear the net. Panthers are now at 21. Oh. Panthers 4 points away from closing out game 1, this best of 5 series. Monica there up and over, controlled by Tiffany into the middle. Madison there looks for the dump. Diving play by Monica from the back line. Not able to grab it. 21-15, the current score. Panthers leading.
Holy catfish, I need fired. I had the score messed up pretty bad.
It's like I told Simeon, as long as you don't... How?
I don't know.
Katrina almost tips it past, but not quite. Noel there taking charge.
Ooh.
What a shot by Toth from the left wing. Madison up. Tiffany there with a side shoulder over the top of the netting. Armour able to finesse that one to Katrina. Toth there to finish it off. Tiffany finding Madison off to Tiffany. Slaps on across with a stick of butter, kept alive by Armor. Katrina finds Martha on the right. Slaps on across the block, kept alive by Madison. A little array from the play, but recovered by the Warriors. Katrina crosses the net. Noel with a shot, finds a gap and scores. Noel really took that personally. I'm happy for her, because if she didn't take that personally, what would she take personally? Ooh, she's close to that line violation. Katrina diving play, not able to get there in time. Bad first touch results in a Portersville point. They're now at 17, just 4 points away from closing the gap, but the Panthers 4 points away from closing out the game. Service up and over. Martha with the receiving touch, sends it to the Warriors side. First by Alyssa, secondary by Noel. To the Panthers side it goes. Katrina gets that one back line. Coleman with the attack. They're able to send that one over and inbounds. Coleman's going to bring this one back for the Panthers. Give them a little spark in their step here in the end game. Cassandra comes back on to play the front line for Coleman. Martha service up and over. Tiffany up on top of the net. Katrina there to tip that one past diving play. Not able to grab it, but Noel there with a nice attack. Armor digging that one up. Katrina finding Juliana. Slaps that one up and across. Not able to score. As Alyssa was there ready for that one. Madison there tipping that one past the block to the back line. Martha finds Katrina on the front. Cassandra there with a shot. Scores!
Oh, beautiful.
I got distracted. Katrina's left foot was on the line, and depending on how she lifted that foot, she might have given up a point. But she played it right. She just slid her foot right back. Martha with a shot over. Out of bounds by a ball length. 23-18, Panthers in the lead. Portersville here with the service. Katie comes on to play the front line. Milena goes and takes a seat on the bench. And Noel, player to watch this evening. Serve it up. Up and over. Straight down the middle. Katrina there getting that one into the middle. Cassandra with a punch over. Diving play by Noel, returns it. Monica able to get that one front line. Katrina there with that back set. Tiffany there ready for that one. Sends that one into the middle. Madison there finishing that one off. Coleman forward. Cassandra able to get a hand on this one. Will slap it across. She'll score. Jason Coleman fired up in the crowd. You can hear him. 24-18. Panthers match point. Up and over it goes. Diving play by Noel. Keeps it into the middle. Madison able to find his way across to Tiffany. That bumps that one over. Better safe than sorry. Coleman forward. Armor able to find left side. Juliana with a banger. Hits that one up and they recover. Katie with a nice final touch. Armor up into the air in an awkward position. Juliana cuts the crease in half. Ball goes up. Armor wins the tip. Diving play by Coleman. Just turned right away.
Wow.
And this is Portersville's last home stand. 24.
Don't mess up now.
Whew. Madison there with that service. Cassandra diving play. Monica getting a hand on that one. Cassandra not aware of where the ball is at. Portersville at 20.
The pressure's on. You cannot screw this up.
Service up and over. Cassandra with a nice receiving touch, but not able to tame that. Substitution. Ellie Henricks coming in the game. That's an interesting move there by Coach Good.
I think from that position, she might be able to return the serve better.
Perhaps.
Might be the reasoning.
She is lower to the ground.
Yes.
Katie there with a nice hit into the backfield. Katrina returns it. Let go. Out of bounds. Risky play by Noel, but pays off. Portersville at 22. Slippery Rock at match point at 24. I'm excited.
Very.
Madison service up, over, out of bounds. You hate to see it. But that's going to be the end of game one. 25-22. We'll take a 3-minute recess and we'll come back for game two in this, I want to say it's rivalry night. But it is so hot in this building, I'll tell you what. You want to go to intermission or you want to talk about the game?
I don't care. What do you want to do?
I'm down with either. Right now, Noel went outside because it is 90 degrees in here. It is so hot.
I would too if I could.
The temperature's rising in the game. I don't think anyone turned those orange fans on in the door to high because I had them at low when I got here.
Yeah.
So I don't think anyone's cranked it up yet. Hopefully I talk loud enough that they can hear me and check because I don't want to get down.
Bailey.
Yeah, it's a good match. It's an even match. It's all a mental game. If you get in your own head, you know, you're probably not going to do too well. I'm going to need Dr. Pepper.
Oh, man.
Uh,
I'm out of root beer, too.
It's going to be a long... Next intermission.
Yeah.
Man.
Good.
Say the players we play next. It's going to be a JV-only game. It's going to be an away game on the 31st. We're playing Lighthouse Baptist. Then after that, we are going to be playing Lighthouse Baptist again at home. It'll be on the 4th of September. That starts at 6 p.m. And then after that, we have a rivalry night. It's going to be an away game. So I'll try to make that. I can't make any promises. That's on the 8th of September. We leave here at like 2:30. I don't know. It's at the bottom of the chunk of text on the right. But, yeah. So, yeah, if you want to come to a home game, the 4th's your day. It's JV only, though, so don't expect a lot of volleyball to be played. It's only a best of 3. But it's still volleyball, you know?
Oh, my.
But, yeah. Both teams giving their pep talks.
So why is my mic so loud in your earmuffs?
Can you hear yourself?
Just barely.
Say you're the only audio in my earmuffs, but you have like anything that goes through the stream, excluding your microphone. So you might be able to hear me a little bit. I can hear myself through your mic a little bit. So there's probably an echo on some of the stuff I say when I'm facing you. But I don't know if they can hear. Can you hear yourself when you talk?
Barely, and I can hear you just fine.
All right. Because like audio levels, they look normal.
Yeah.
They both max out at -3 decibels, or decimals, whatever. Nerd talk. Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's the same. It's the same level of loud, basically.
Okay, makes more sense.
But yeah, tomorrow or tonight, day 2 of the tournament should be starting to go up. And I think Portersville was our first match, so that'll be first. Then after that, I don't remember who we played. So that's unfortunate. All right, referee just making sure everyone's in their spot. We have a little bit of time to fill still. Go, if you're here, go get stuff at the concession stand. I don't know. We don't get anything from them, so I don't feel like promoting it.
No sponsors. It's sad.
If the concession stand will give me, like, I don't know, a corn dog every game or like a free Mountain Dew, yeah, I'll shout them out. But they don't, because they're mean.
Yup.
So no
Maybe
shout
it's
out.
because your mom works in the concession stand. She's like, no, Mountain Dew's unhealthy. Gabe's not allowed any.
That might be it. I'm going to have to talk to her tonight. See if we can sort something out.
Come on, just a free root beer. I'll go down to root beer. No caffeine. How's that work?
All right, game under 2 underway. Tiffany's service controlled by Katrina, able to get that one to Armor. Back to Coleman. Slaps that one up and across. Controlled by Tiffany from the back line. Finding Madison off to the left side. Sayla with a nice return. Tipped over by Armor. Kept alive by Katie, but Alyssa not able to get underneath it in time. Okay, let's pick up the first point of the match. If you're just tuning in, the series right now is 1-0 Panthers in the lead of this best-of-5 series. Service up and over by Juliana Toth, controlled from the back line. Tiffany getting a hand on that one. Madison up into the netting. Alyssa a little too far away from the net to make a play. And that'll be the Panthers' second point of the match. Service by Toth, up and over, controlled by Tiffany into the front line, finding Madison. And Alyssa there with that finalization. Coleman forward, Armor into the middle. Snapped up and across, out of bounds is the call from line judge Heitzenreiter. Portersville down 2-1. Katie service up and over, controlled by Katrina, up into Armour's hands. This I went over to Ellie, slapped up and across. Tiffany with the controlling touch. Madison finding its way to the left side. Noel there with a nice left-handed slapper up and across. Armour up to Monica, that just absolutely lays waste to the ball. And I feel bad for that ball. I don't want to get slapped like that, do you?
No, definitely not.
Katie up, hits the net, falls down. Looks like Melena's going to come onto the court, and Katie will take a seat on the bench. Service up and over by Coleman into the back line. Tiffany finding its way forward. Madison over to Noel. That'll slap that one out of bounds. Panthers up 4-2. Cayman Coleman with the service. Up and over it goes from the back line. Melanie getting a hand on that one, finding its way to Madison. Up against the net, throws that one. Called for the carry was, called for the double touch actually was Sayla. And so the Panthers will take that point into their pocket for a sum of 5. Cammy with that service up and over. Melanie getting a hand on that one. Madison able to tip that one past the block. Inbounds. Hitting the line and being rewarded their 3rd point of game 2.
Wait, what?
I am confusion.
As am I. My Brian is fuzzled in the immortal words of Titus Bailey.
Because Haley called it in. Lou called it in. But she signaled the point to the Panthers.
Say what?
We'll move on past this and pretend like I'm wrong. But I feel like I'm not. Madison into the middle, Noah there, sending that one up and across, kept alive by Todd, finding Armour, sending that one up and over. Receiving touch, Monica finding his way, Armour back sets over to Martha, slaps that one up and across to the back line, kept alive by Tiffany. Madison there, sends out one to Noel, that almost sidearms that one across, but is not quite able to do so. Elisa Armour with the service, Panthers at 7, Warriors at 3. Up and over, Tiffany finding its way to Madison, and then into the middle. Noel's shot hits the net and will fall down. Katrina looks like she blocked it. I don't understand. Did she block it? I don't know.
I couldn't see you. This is in the way.
Service by Armour up and over, kept alive by Tiffany, getting its way to Madison. Throws that one out of bounds, a tough angle. Salem not quite able to recover from that one. But just shoot it straight, neither could I. Panthers up 9-3. Armour here with the service. Up and over, it goes deep into the Warriors' side. Molina finding its way forward, back set by Madison to Noel. That goes over. Junior up, Monica with a nice smack into the backfield. Molina dives, not able to control it. The Panthers go up 10-3. Timeout by the Portersville Warriors. We've got a 10-3 game in our hands. And, yeah. Is there anything you've noticed that have changed how the Warriors have been playing in the past? Well, I guess they had a good ending for game 1. It did make it a lot closer than it was going to be.
To me, they seem to be streaky. Like, they'll play really well together for a while, and then they'll just be like, no, you hit it, no, you hit it, no, you hit it. Up, the ground caught it. Like, they can't decide.
I can't remember. No, it was another team. Never mind. There's one team, I thought it was Portersville, but I'm pretty sure it was Mentor now, that I was talking to somebody. I think it might have been Heitzenreiter. Or might have been my dad about it. But he was talking about the lack of discipline being caught in the net all the time. But I'm pretty sure that wasn't Portersville, because they've been doing a really good job staying on the right side of the fence whenever it comes to, like, line errors, service errors.
Yeah. I know Hillcrest normally has a big problem with that.
Yeah.
So it might have been them, but I don't know.
Mention of service error. Armour not quite able to get that one past. And Portersville at 4 now. Service up and over. Hits the top of the net and trickles over. Katrina diving play, not able to grab it in time. And the Warriors go up to a 5 on the tally board. Panthers at 10. Sailor service up and over, controlled by Monica, finding Katrina. Backsets that one over to Martha, slaps that one up and over the netting. Tiffany with the first, Madison with the secondary. Finalization by Tiffany, throws that one up and over, kept alive by Martha. Katrina. Backset over to Monica, able to send that one up and over. Diving play by Sailor, throws it back to the Panther side. Katrina there with the dump off. Tiffany ready for that one. Madison into the middle, finding Noel. Sends that one up and over. Coleman to the front line. Katrina there, sending that one towards Martha. That'll slap that one across. Diving play by Milena. Not quite able to grab a hold of that one. And Martha with another kill on offense. Monica Depew here with the service. Scores 11-5 in favor of the Panthers. Molina able to get that one over to Sela. Finding Alyssa in the middle, sends over the net. Elisa Katrina over to Juliana. Nice amount of meat on that attack for a small woman. Tiffany able to send that one up and over. Monica to Katrina. Sends that one straight into the air. Martha there with a nice set over the net. A little off balance, but able to pull it off. Madison to Tiffany. Sits up, but oh my goodness. What a block by the tag team.
Stuffed. Oh, I love that.
I think it was Martha from the celebration, but I don't know. I think that's the biggest momentum builder in volleyball is whenever you block an attack, because then you get in the head of the other team like that and you get a point like that.
Yep.
Because if you block them once, the next time they go up, they're going to think, are they going to do it again? There's that doubt there. Nice diving play. Oh my goodness, Madison pulls it off. Katrina throwing it back to the Warriors side to see if they choke on it, but they pretty much handle it perfectly. Katrina there fakes the dump off, goes to Juliana instead, throws that backfield. Milena with the first touch, Madison with the secondary, clears the net. Not quite. Inches. Game of inches.
Yeah, blocking the ball is fun in any sport that you can do it.
Basketball, bowling, polo. Well, with a nice hefty attack, just out of bounds by a ball, half a ball length even. It wasn't actually all that far out. Maybe like, I'll give it an inch and a half. 15-5 Panthers leading. Sela called for the carry. That's an awkward situation when you go on the defense. Don't know whether to go underhand or overhand. And Portersville calling the timeout. 16-5 Panthers leading in game 2. Panthers win this. They have a very strong suggestion that they're going to win the next game. And if that's right, I'm glad we didn't put money on this bet.
Yes.
There's a reason I'm not a betting man. So this is a great season opener for our team. I don't know if the Warriors as well are having this is their season opener, but this is the best home opener the Panthers could have asked for.
I would assume this is their first game because they were in the preseason tournament.
Yeah.
And they're in the league, and First Baptist, who hosts the preseason tournament, is in the league.
Yeah.
So if they're not, that'd be kind of weird.
This is kind of, what day is today? Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, this has to be their season opener because what other day is, available whenever it comes to, a day that's not church?
Yeah. It's definitely Monday because Monday is always the worst day at work.
I agree with that. All right, both teams ready to rock and roll. Monica Depew here with the service, goes up and over, diving play by Milena, not able to get that into a playable position. Tiffany swings at it, but not quite able to tame that. Panthers up 17-5. Service up and over by Monica. Nice play by Eisler to return it out of bounds, but just barely. Panthers really running away with the scoreboard now. Up by 13. They got a little bit of a cushion to try things out. Preferably not that. If you're coached good, you're sweating a little bit, but... Substitution for the Warriors. Katie comes on to play the front line in place of Milena. And Noel here with the service. Service up and over, controlled by Monica. Into the net, and Katrina crosses the line and forfeits the points. Either way, they weren't able to get it over in 3. So, nonetheless, Portersville get tally number 7. Noel with a nice service down the middle. Martha there returning that one. Katie finding its way to Madison, crosses that crease. Katie comes out with a banger, just out of bounds. I feel like that was an inch where it landed.
Yeah, it was close. I actually thought it was in.
Cassandra coming back on the court in place of Hendricks. First time in game 2. Panthers are 6 points away from closing out the second game.
What is going on?
I don't remember whose service it is. And if you serve out of order... Oh!
Murderous.
What placement. That sun coming through the exhaust fan is right in front of Noel's position, too. That probably did not help at all.
No. The sun's the worst.
Oh, Tiffany with a beautiful attack. Lays that one in bounds. Gives her team a little spark of hope.
That was mint condition.
Panthers up 20-8. They got a little bit of ground to make up, but I haven't seen it not done before. I think that's what I wanted to say. Katrina off to the left side, finds Cassandra, blasts that one out of the building, and lanes out of bounds. Portersville at 9. Cassandra just wants to get a firm touch on the ball.
Yep.
If she was a little closer to the net, she probably could have got the angle to get that one in, but it is what it is. Service up and over. Diving play by Monica, keeps it up, but not in bounds as it crosses the netting. 10-point gap. Let's see if they can keep it going. Service up and over, kept in bounds. Beautiful service by Madison there. Chucked up and over by Juliana Saylor with the receiving touch. Madison there dumping that one off. Coleman ready for that one. Katrina in a sticky situation, keeps that one alive, almost kicks the net. Juliana with a nice attack, it's kept alive by Saylor. Tiffany bumping that one up and across sidearmed. Armour finding Katrina up into the air into the back row. What a setup, and Coleman finishing it. Tiffany with a nice attack off of Armour, kept alive by Monica. Over the net it goes. Katie getting a hand on that one. Saylor with a secondary finalization by Madison will finish that playoff. We got a long volley going here. Katrina off to the left side. Slap over by Todd. Kept alive! Madison. Over to Tiffany. Bumps it across. I don't know what I'm watching. Monica with a nice attack. Able to get that one up and over. Saylor. Just an absolute brick wall on these digs. Denying every form of Panthers offense currently. And watch. There's another one.
Come on.
Right there.
How's
nice
she
back
doing
set.
it?
I don't know. Probably with her hands. That's my bet.
Yes!
Oh, diving play by Noel. Not grabbing a hold of that one. Panthers throwing everything at Saylor, and she answers every call she was given.
Yeah. That was incredible. Couple moments of play there. Ooh. Ouch.
Panthers not able to build off that offense, or that the momentum. The momentum. 10 points is the difference again. Tiffany here with the service. Up, over it goes. Very tightly strung service is not returned. Portersville cut the lead down to 9. Tiffany service up and over, kept alive by Coleman, finding its way to Elisa, off to the left side. Cassandra with the set rather than the hit, goes off Saylor, kept alive by Tiffany. Madison there to finish. Juliana finding Elisa, off to the left side. Shot comes down by Toth. Off of Madison, chasing after it. Tiffany not quite fast enough to catch the gingerbread man. Panthers are now at 22. 10-point gap once again. Portersville starting to pick up the speed. Game 3 is going to be interesting.
Very. At least I hope.
Just barely out of bounds. If we had a replay system, I'd hit it.
Yeah.
Tiffany from the back line, finding Madison off to the left. Sailor with a nice attack, getting that one up and over, kept alive by Katrina. Elisa with a nice dump, Madison keeping it alive. Alissa into the middle. Katie with a nice attack, Katrina up into the area. Armor dumps it, kept alive by Madison. Warriors really clumped up on that the front 10 feet of space. Monica looking for that back corner, finds it and picks it. Not the corner I was thinking of, but okay. Panthers at match point. Panthers at match point. Service up and over into the back line. Let go. Good eye by Noel. Warriors last stand coming out. Katie's going to sit on the bench. And coming in to play the back line is Milena. Service up and over, keeping that one alive. Katrina finding Armor into the back line. Coleman not quite able to get that one past the green light. And 10 points is the difference again. That's the name of this set. Milena with a nice service up and over. Very crisp service there, dumped off. Oh, not called a carry, but Noah not quite able to grab a hold of that one. Caught off guard by the no call. And the Panthers take game number 2, 25-14. We'll take a 3-minute recess, and we will jump back into it afterwards. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know how you manage that, but I'm happy about it. Oh. All right, so teams aren't changing. If you haven't picked that fact out of the air yet, teams haven't been changing sides due to coronavirus and all that. Not sure if you've been living under a rock or not, but there's like a worldwide pandemic or something like that.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, it's weird. Everyone's wearing masks.
Yeah, I can go anywhere with a mask, duct tape, and whatever else, and nobody will stop me.
Yeah. All right, looks like both teams ready to rock and roll. Here in Game 3 of this best-of-5, Panthers leading the series 2-0. Tiffany with a nice receiving touch, finding Madison able to sap that one across the netting. Armor off to Monica, tips on one pass, diving play by Madison with a nice clean dig. Trina with a tip, or Cassandra with a tip across the netting. Sayla, Madison over to Tiffany, slaps that one up and across, goes off. Cassandra diving play by Katrina, not able to grab a hold of it. Point number 1 goes to the Warriors. Panthers take home this game. Now to close out the series. If the Warriors win this game, which they probably will because Elijah called the sweep and I called the 5-game play. Warriors will end up winning this one and the Panthers will win the next one. Just watch. It's the only way me and Elijah can be wrong right now.
Yep.
Diving play by Todd keeps that one going. Noel finding Madison. Off to the left side. Sailor with a nice clap. Not able to get the height on that one. Tie game at 1. Sandra Eisler here with the service. Kami Coleman taking a seat on the bench. Service up and over. From the back line, Tiffany finds Madison. Up into the air, Alyssa there with the right-handed attack. Gets that one to the back line. Katrina with a diving play. Madison, or Monica able to find its way to Martha. Up and over. Nice picking to the pocket. Warriors playing a really shallow defense. They're going with the tactic of 2 in the back, 4 in the front for the offensive-based formation. Panthers are just picking it apart.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever really seen it work.
In a lot of high school sports, it sometimes works. Is this one mine?
Now, Meadville from Calvary, like probably 4 or 5 years ago at the one tournament we were in, they took first, we got second. They played with 5 up front and 1 girl covered the whole back and didn't let up a thing. It was the most impressive thing I've ever seen.
That I've never even heard of defensive skills like that. Realistically, that's Sayla on the Portersville side. Because it seems like the Panthers build a lot of offense whenever she's not back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd I miss?
Referee Lou just making sure she knows who's going to be substituting in and out. Portersville went with a quick change, kind of like Panthers do.
Yeah.
And I always feel bad when the other team gets called out on that, but Lou knows the team, so she knows who's substituting in and out. It's just she wants to make sure it's a little bit of a slower process so the stat bookkeeper knows what's happening. Service up and over by Noel. Getting a hand on that one was Monica, returning it back to the Warriors side into the front line. Alyssa getting that one back. A little bit of a sharp angle, but Madison able to pull that one off. Martha with a nice tip over top the defense. Tiffany with a nice touch, able to find his way to Noel. Controlled by Toth. Armor back to Toth. From the back line, slaps that one across, but kept alive by Tiffany with a solid stance. I've never seen someone more locked onto the ball than her. Monica getting that one up and over. Madison getting a hand on that one. Secondary by Alyssa into the middle. Noel with a nice clean finish. Martha dumping it back off. Tiffany ready for it though. Madison up into the air, finding Sayla with a nice attack into the back line. Left go and out of bounds. Panthers at 5. Elisa Armour with the service, gets that one up and over. Sayla getting a hand on that one, finished off by Madison, a little off to the left. just enough to be out of bounds. Service up and over. Tiffany to the front line, Madison off to the left. Salo with a nice attack. Goes off of Monica and down to the floor. Portersville down by 3, 6-3 the current score. Here's Alyssa with the service. A lot of mustard behind that one. Kept in bounds. Juliana too hot to handle. Goes off Martha and into the crowd. Warriors picking up a little bit of steam here. 6-4. 2 points down early on in game 3. Service up and over. Kept alive by Martha. Katrina back setting across the net. That was really closely trimmed to the net. Too close for Monica to handle. I think it's supposed to be 6-5.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Service up and over by Alyssa. Let go at the last second by Armour, and now it's 7-5.
That almost gave her a haircut. Like, it was literally that close.
Service up, over, kept in bounds by Alyssa. Related to the front line. Side-armed over by Tiffany. Controlled by Armour, finding Katrina off to the right side. Martha DePew with a slap. Kept alive by Alyssa. Into the back line. Madison with a secondary. No one there for the third. Diving for that one was Alyssa, but not able to come up with the ball. Panthers up 8-5. They're starting to pull. It's a little neck and neck. There's not really one team out there that's better than the other right now, nor was there any set. Lane in the back line, getting the first touch in an awkward situation. Alyssa tries her hardest, but not able to get into a playable position, unfortunately. Panthers now up 9-5. Monica service up and over. Kept alive by Tiffany. Passes that one to Madison, then to Sayla. Sayla attacking that one up and over. Diving play, kept alive! Martha not able to get a third touch on that one. We got a 9-7. 9-6 game. We got a 9-6 game. Panthers up by 3. Service line drive hits the top portion of the net, and that'll be marked down as an error. Cassandra coming back into the game to play the front line in place of Cammie Coleman. Martha with a nice service, a lot of determination in that one. That one hits the crowd. Portersville keeping their head in the game. A little chatter amongst the players, trying to hype him up. Sale with a nice receive. Madison with a nice backhander into Noel, but not able to tame that beast of a shot. This camera is melting my hand.
That's nice.
To the front line, Madison up over the net. Katrina, they're dumping that one back off. Tiffany with a spin attack. Scores! And that's what we call a 360 no-scope.
Yep.
Melena taking a seat on the bench in spot. In the front line will be Katie. Oh, the service up and over Monica. Up to Katrina. Tips that one past Katie. Kept alive by Tiffany. Madison there with that secondary. Back over to Tiffany with the sidearm over top of the net. Monica to the front line. Katrina off to the left. Toth with a nice slap. Hits the net. I don't know how much spin you have to put on that to persuade the net to...
A lot.
Did you catch what they said? I can't hear anything.
Me neither.
All right, we're gonna say there was a gremlin that came out and persuaded Lou. All right, I realize that's me calling the coach a name. I take that back. It took. All right, it touched the candy. That is very possible. Ball hit the candy cane, being deemed out of bounds, whether or not it crossed the line or not. But that service from Noel.
Would you call their coach?
That wasn't meant to be, because I said a gremlin came out and persuaded Lou otherwise, and that's what the Portersville coach did. I didn't mean it that way, to be clear. I was trying to come up with some sort of metaphor that wasn't related to the situation. How? Armour just used her head! What was that?
It's Brazilian soccer! Oh wait, no, volleyball, dummy!
Shot goes over top of the net. Sailor not able to keep it up in the air, and the Panthers score at the end of the play. I haven't seen that in the 7 years I've been doing this.
Holy mackerel, it's been 7 years?
Noel not able to control that service. I believe the one serving was Gabriel Eisler. We're going to find out here shortly. It indeed was. Panthers up 15-8. 7 points is the differential. Up over, kept alive by Noah from the back line, finding Madison into the middle. Katie there with a nice snap, but not able to pop it. Panthers now double the Warriors score. Service up and over by Katrina. Diving play by Alyssa. Clears the ceiling. Out of bounds is the call from the line judge. I've never seen anything closer trimmed than that. Katrina puts a lot of honey mustard on that one and lands out of bounds. Porters will have a little bit of a spark here. Let's see if they can ride it out.
We always struggle with number 2 when she serves. That never goes well.
Well, we're going to see what happens here. Portersville calling their timeout in game 3. 17-9, Panthers leading. This is a close one.
Yepper.
So, what changes do you think Portersville needs to make to try to get some momentum built up here in the late game?
I think one of their problems is, I don't know this for sure because I don't pay attention to volleyball that much, but it seems almost like a zone defense, like you as the player have your own zone. Portersville, their players are not sticking to his zone. So they'll all run over here and then that part of the course is just wide open. So if somebody has a bad pass or somebody from our team tips it there, it's just hurting them really bad. I feel more official holding this pencil.
Yeah? That's why when I have the headset on, I tend to do better commentary, but I don't know. That's just... It might just be a mental thing. I don't know. It's 17-9. We got a service for the Warriors. Madison going to be the one to do so. Pops that one up. Almost able to make it pass, but errors out. 9-point differential here late in game 3. Serve up and over by Juliana. No, interesting.
Yes. I'm not sure what happened then. Lack of communication.
Yeah, between Sayla and Noel in the back line. They were both equal distance away from it, and neither of them called it. And it just kind of hit between them. Noel with a nice touch there finds Madison.
I think I just cut my lip with my pop can.
Cammy with a nice back row attack. Madison trying to keep that one alive. Throws her fist a little too in front of the ball. That one lands out of bounds. Portersville up against the wall right now with an 11-point deficit. But in volleyball, you're only defeated whenever you get inside your own head and think you're defeated. What a cross. Sayla with a nice, safe finish to that play. Cassandra there with a tip pass. Sayla keeping a hand on that one. Noel there with a helping hand. Madison there to finish it off. Toth from the back line finds Elisa. Back to Toth. Slaps across. Scores! The Panthers right now look a lot like... I can't remember the team's name that had Caitlin West on it during the Harvest Tournament 2 years ago. But the Panthers look a lot like that team, where anyone can attack from anywhere. And that's the deadliest weapon a volleyball team can have. It's just
What were the colors of them?
I don't remember. I think it was navy blue and white. That was.
I don't remember names. I remember jersey colors and numbers.
Remember number 1? The MVP of the tournament? I think it was either last year or the year before that. It was the year before that because I did football this last season.
From Woodland?
Yeah, Woodland.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what the Panthers are looking like this season. They just don't have that ace. That's the only thing the Panthers are missing right now, and that was Laura Hone last season.
Yes.
Portersville down by 10. Service up by Tiffany, getting that one up and over from the back line. Juliana finding Elisa. Monica there with a nice tip past the block. Madison controlling that one. Getting a hand on that one was Alyssa across the crease. Sayla there finishing it off. What's up?
Messed up the scoreboard again.
If you don't say it, they don't notice. Just. That's what I told Simeon during the JV game. Sayla there, not quite able to clear the net. 11 points the difference. Panthers 3 points from closing out game. number 3. Ellie Hendricks comes on to play the front row. Far side. This way, Ellie. Okay, so Martha comes in to play the front line in place of Cammy. Ellie Hendricks goes in spot of Cassandra, which now has the service, I think. Service up, and everybody listen. And scores! Substitution called. Milena coming on to serve this one up, and Katie will take a seat on the bench. Portersville down 12-22. Let's see if they can pull this one back. They got 3 mistakes left in the series to make. I think they can bring it back. I've seen bigger deficits come backable before. Now that I've said that, I think I might have jinxed them. Alyssa into the front. I shouldn't have said anything. Panthers at 23. Portersville at 12. Elisa Armour here to serve this one up. Service up and over by Armour. Received by Tiffany. Dumped off by Madison. Kept alive by Martha with a nice one-armed return off the elbow. Madison up into the air. Noel with a slapper into the back line. Toth flubs it. Kept alive by Armour. Finalization by Martha Depew. Tiffany sending that to the Panthers side to see if they would choke on it, but they receive it well. Shot blocked. Noel keeps it alive. And caught by a crowd member. Panthers looking at match point 24-12. This is the series point. Service up and over, controlled by Tiffany, getting that one forward, up against the net, and that is the end of the ball game. Panthers take game number 3, 25-12, and that will be the end of the volleyball games here this evening. Panthers come out with a nice sweep. I'm glad me and Elijah didn't bet on this, because
we should have.
We'll do it from here on out. Loser buys a root beer for the winner.
Deal.
Instead of shaking hands, they just line up and give the handshake from afar. But yeah, do you have any closing thoughts after watching that series, Elijah?
We should have bet on it.
All right, we will next time if you make it for the next home game, which is going to be, what is that, the 4th of September. It's a JV only game, so it's a best of 3 at 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
It all depends on if my tractor breaks or not.
But yeah, very good volleyball from the first game to the second game. Third game got a little out of hand for Portersville, but overall, very good competition. Nothing to hang their heads about. There's just little things here and there that they got to touch up on, and we will be playing them again at some point in the future. I don't have the schedule on me, except that I do, so I'll look it up. I don't think we play them at home again, but we do have an away game against them. When? At September, October. Grace Baptist, First Baptist, CC. We play CCSI in October?
Wait, what? I didn't know they had a team.
Yeah, they're the Eagles, just the green ones. So we have 3 Eagles in the seat. Yeah. So we got. I don't know if we play them again. I don't see it on here.
Oh. That's weird.
I think that's it. We always play them for the season opener. We played them away last season, so I think that's why this was a home game. Yeah, I think that's the only time we're going to play Portersville outside of tournaments, which the Harvest Tournament is the 24th of next month, 24th and 25th. It is the last Thursday and Friday of that month, so that'll be the next time we see these two teams against each other, and steaks will be had. Hopefully, because I'm hungry. Anyway.
Who says they should give me a root beer? I can't read it.
Click on it.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Matt.
Yeah, that'll conclude the evening here tonight. I'm Gabriel Eisler.
Elijah Toth.
And hopefully we'll see you next time here on the Slippery Rock Sports Network. You have any closing thoughts?
Don't hurt yourself.